All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Gritsville, USA, right here on IA Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. It is opening day here across America with MLB. We got the Tigers on actually right now against the World Series champion Dodgers. They are currently losing, but as the show progresses, we will be following along. They are entering the top of the seventh. Still plenty of time for things to happen. Whether that actually will is up for debate. We'll go over the current box score of the game and the just utter atrociousness of what's going on as far as their offense is concerned. But we are still super excited for baseball being back. I still have my prediction for the season, the outlook, and just kind of my thoughts of what's going on, especially with what has been happening during spring training. We will be covering all of that. We're also going to be talking a little bit Pistons. Cade Cunningham hasn't played the last couple games, but that hasn't been an issue for the boys at all. We'll be going over that. We'll also be going over tomorrow's Sweet 16 games with Michigan and Michigan State, both with a trip to the Elite Eight on the line, and what that Elite Eight game would even mean for the both of them if they make it past tomorrow's slate. Super excited to be with you guys here on this Thursday night. Super excited just to be going through the game with you. We'll be live reacting kind of like how we did last week with the U of M game, but it won't be as intensive. You know, baseball is a little bit slower paced, so we'll be going, just following along. But once again, you guys are watching Gritsville USA here on IA Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We're going to be back after these words from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
All right, guys, welcome back to Gritsville, USA, right here on IA Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. While we were playing the words from our sponsors, Spencer Torkelson hit a one-run shot to left field. Tigers are now one back. Torkelson's been having, minus the base running blip up, Phenomenal game. But we'll get to that in a second. You guys know the deal. Give us a follow on X or Twitter, whatever you call it, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube at IE Sports Radio, or go to IESportsRadio.com. You can go to Gritsville USA or to any of the great amazing shows that we got going on. Also find us wherever you can find your podcast, whether that's through Apple, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, Amazon. God, you can get podcasts anywhere these days. We're there. We are there. Make sure to give me a follow as well. Right at Gritsville_IESR on Twitter. And then you have my personal handle there as well. Special, like I was saying, we're just going to get right into it. We're going to get just right into this. Spencer Torkelson with a phenomenal game, other than the base running blunder that he had. I believe it was in the second inning. He was on third. He got tagged just because he egregiously left the plate too much, or left the base too much towards home. He got caught, got tagged. It is what it is. But today he's drawn 3 walks, which is unbelievable plate discipline by him. And then now just the home run shot that he had. You know, for the Tigers, for the offense that it seems like we are going to be seeing all year long, they aren't doing pretty bad. And yes, I've had to keep tweeting this tonight as well. I understand it's only game 1 of 162 games. I'm not going to overreact to anything, but just it's nice to see a player like Torkelson, who entering the spring seemed like that he wasn't even going to start in the majors, just having a phenomenal first game, just kind of changing minds already. I just really hope that this is something that can continue. But right now, yes, we still are in the top of the 7th. Game is 4-3. Cole Keith, who, on the flip side of things, having a pretty bad game. 0 for 3, and that's just not anything you want to see from somebody who's now going to be your everyday first baseman. As he got moved from second to first with the arrival of Gleyber Torres from the Yankees. And Cole Keith just struck out. So Cole Keith is now 0 for 4, but still a 1-1 game. Bullpen has been in, so pitching chaos for those that remember last season. Not chaotic this time around, but man, good to have baseball back. Let's just put it that way. It's good to have baseball back. Good to see the Tigers be in the national spotlight right off the rip on opening day. And I feel like it's deservedly so. Last season, for those that remember, just a miraculous run at the end to make the playoffs, win a series, basically essentially ending the Astros dynasty, and then coming 1 game shy of a trip to the ALCS with that unfortunate Game 5 against the Cleveland Guardians. But we're here today. Still 2.5 innings left to go. Let's see if we can make some magic happen. Once again, Tigers are playing against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Let's just get right into what my prediction for this season will be. And there is quite a bit. And there are some things that I'm going to address further upon once I initially say them. My prediction for this season has changed. For those that remember my shows that I did around winter meeting time, the whole Alex Bregman chase, sweepstakes, whatever you want to call it, I was very upfront and forefront with how I thought the Tigers were definitely division favorites and potentially even American League pennant favorites. My thoughts on that has changed a little due to a couple things. First one will be the injury bug, which seemed to have crept over from across the street from Ford Field, for those that remember the Lions season and all the injuries that they had going on. That seems to have just kind of walked right across brush, right over to Comerica Park. Our outfield is in tatters right now. In tatters to the point where we have Ryan Kreidler playing center field. Ryan Kreidler starting in an opening day game in center field. That should tell you just how bad things are. Parker Meadows, No idea how long Meadows is out. We know that he's at least out till end of May with a nerve issue, which isn't the greatest. I think from my understanding is that it affects his throwing. And as an outfielder, yeah, you kind of need your nerves there to be able to throw the ball. Matt Vierling, he's out. I believe the next update for him will be towards mid-April, early mid-April. As I think when Vierling's earliest window to come back is. And then Wenceel Perez, I think he's out till May. So right off the rip, that's 3 outfielders that you have that are just gone. And that's kind of not where you want to be. Especially since this week we had to sign Manuel Margot. I believe he was last with Milwaukee, but he was mainly with the Twins. He's actually been playing pretty well tonight. He got a sac fly, RBI, 2 hits. For somebody that people seem to be pretty mixed on, pretty good debut. And then, like I said, we have Ryan Kreidler, but we are so desperate for help in center field that we have Javi Baez playing center field in spring training, and it seems like that he'll probably play some center field during the season, at least until we start getting guys back. Which is absolutely not what we should be having. Baez and Kreidler shouldn't be anywhere near this team. Kreidler, because we quite literally have no choice. We're not going to bring up a bunch of young guys. We're not going to have anybody skip single A, double A. And Kreidler is unfortunately the one with the most experience from those in triple A. I would love to have maybe have seen them bring Akil Baddoo back or call him up, but that didn't happen. And granted, Kreidler got a hit tonight. I'll give him credit for that. And he did make a spectacular diving catch in center field earlier. Again, this is game 1 of 162. I'm not going to overreact to anything I see today. The more we do the show, the more that the Tigers are going to be the main topic of conversation all up till probably around training camp. Starting from probably mid-end May, when I project the Piston season to end, all through about mid-August. I mean, this show is going to be Tiger-centric. So we'll obviously be going week by week, but I'm not overreacting to anything I see today. Skubal got lit up today for 4 runs. I'm not going to freak out over it, especially just what I'm seeing on the ESPN screen right now is ridiculous. But I'm not going to overreact to Skubal getting lit up for 4 runs today on what is literally the modern day death row, murderer's row, whatever they called them back in the 1927 Yankees, whatever they were called. That this is basically modern day. I'm not going to get mad at Skubal for that. And also, it's game 1. But the injury bug is going to be a problem, which leads to the next thing before I start going on into actual predictions. That this season will be a true test for Scott Harris. If you would have saw the social media reaction, and maybe you guys did, if you saw the social media reaction, I believe this was yesterday, when the opening day roster, was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. When the opening day roster was finalized, and that you saw Ryan Kreidler get the call up ahead of Justin Henry Malloy, who by far is the better bat, Twitter was ablaze. I was ablaze. I was livid. Because for one, all up until yesterday, I didn't think much of Ryan Kreidler as an outfielder. I knew what he didn't bring as far as his bat was concerned. But in my opinion, to still get the call ahead of Justin Henry Malloy, who, again, is the better bat, he would have been really stuck at DH, though, because he's not really good in the outfield. He's not really even good in the infield. He's strictly all bat, which we already have Spencer Torkelson there for that. So I understand that there wasn't a spot for him. But this is where Scott Harris, I think, deserves some criticism. And yes, you can go back to the whole Alex Bregman chase, whatever. The credit is done. For those that were still giving him credit for, well, at least they tried. They gave a solid offer out. It's just Bregman didn't want to come here. And Shohei Ohtani just hit one out. In other words, the least surprising thing I probably saw all day. 5-3 Dodgers. Ohtani with the blast off of Brent Hanafy. Oh, it's his second of the season, right, because of the Tokyo games. That's right. That's right. Oh, wow, look at all the celebrity Dodger fans. Tom Hanks, Rob Lowe, Dodger owner Magic Johnson. Everybody's there. 5-3. 5-3 Dodgers. Doesn't matter. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. The time for giving Scott Harris credit for going after Bregman is done because he didn't do anything to follow up on what was happening on the injury front. You want to give him credit for signing Manuel Margot? Guess what? He was let loose from Milwaukee. He was somebody else's scraps. That's not making a move to improve anything. And then he further went on to say, well, the backbone of our team is the pitching. Okay, that's cool. Except for what happens for days like today where Dodgers have 5 runs on us. We have only been able to put up 3. And mind you, 1 only came in because of a wild pitch. We didn't even do anything for that one. It was just running the home on Gleyber Torres' or Spencer Torkelson's part, excuse me. But what? How many scores at running position did we have? I think the Tigers, hitting wise, today, I think they are 0-13 with runners in scoring position, with 1 sac fly from Margot. That is not good. That is not good. And yes, again, I feel like I got to keep re-saying this. 1 game sample, I understand. But this isn't really much different of last year. Last year, it was just who was hero of the day while pitching held things down. We're not going to be able to sustain that for a whole season. My belief is that I don't think it's looking good for Parker Meadows. I think he might be out longer than mid-May, which that's a whole separate discussion for another day about what to do about Parker Meadows. But then you got Vierling out, Perez out. There's no really pop in this lineup outside of Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, who, mind you, sometimes can't even play games depending on who's the mound. He had to come in off the bench. You want to say arguably he's the best bat on our team, but when he's up against, I believe, when he's up against lefties, he's useless. We can't even start him. And I could be wrong about that. Excuse me. About what side? My mind is blanking on what side of the plate he hits. But the point is, like, we can't use him all the time. Spencer Torkelson, you hope that he finally becomes the number 1 overall pick that we have, and then you hope that our pitching staff, number 1, stays healthy. Yes, we got Jack Flaherty back, but I know last year it was just the whole back injection thing that scared people off. Reese Olson is like glass. Casey Mize, you just hope Casey Mize had a very solid spring. I am very hopeful for Casey Mize this year. I think this is going to be the year, and I'll go a little bit into a prediction that I had. I'll just go into it right now. This is going to be a year for the 2 number 1 picks we had back to back, which were Casey Mize and Spencer Torkelson. I really do think this could be their breakout years. I really do. Both had very impressive springs, and I get it. Spring trainings is not like actual regular season games. I understand. Base hit, Zach McKinstry. That's a double right there. Oh, he's going to third. That is a stand-up triple for Zach McKinstry to lead off the 8th. And watch, we're not going to bring him home. We're not bringing him home. There's no chance in hell. I'm sorry, but when your team is 0-13 or whatever with runners in scoring position, You really think that the dam's finally gonna break? But we'll see. Well, I'll keep you guys updated. But leadoff triple for Zach McKinstry in the 8th. Let's see. Jake Rogers is up to bat. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's one of my main predictions is that Casey Mize and Spencer Torkelson are going to finally have their breakout years for a number 1 overall pick, having one this late in whatever. But as far as Scott Harris goes, is this going to be a true test? If the Tigers are going to be consistently in it, and mind you, before the injury bug hit, it's like what I straight up told you. The Tigers were my prediction to win the Central, and I really thought they had a legitimate chance of winning the American League to go to the World Series. Yes, I understand the injury bug happened, but Scott Harris is very insistent that the backbone of this team is the pitching. And that's cool. Jake Rogers just struck out. But I bring up the same scenario. What are you going to do if your pitching has a bad day, you allow 5 runs, and your bats can't get it done? We got to get some sort of pop in here. And if the Tigers are still in it by the trade deadline, something's going to have to happen there, man. Something is going to have to happen. One of these players, because there is going to be one. There might even be 2. There might be 1 or 2 players currently on the opening day roster that are probably going to play themselves out of Detroit. Whether that's we're going to send them back down to the minors or they're just going to be taken out of the lineup. But that's where Scott Harris has a strike. And that's where I anticipate him to strike. 0-13. Yep, I was right. Tigers are 0-13 with runners in scoring position. And we already have 1 out. But we'll see what happens. As far as the rest of my predictions for the season goes, again, I did have to change them with the injury news. Do I think it changes a lot? No, because I still think the Tigers have the best pitching staff in the league. I really do think so. Tonight doesn't make me think any differently or any less of Tarek Skubal. That's my AL Cy Young Award winner. It's game 1. I'm not thinking any differently. Kerry Carpenter, that's a sac fly. We're going to get 1 back. All right. Zach McKinstry is home. Kerry Carpenter sac fly. Game is now 5-4. Top of the 8th, 2 outs. Say what you want, but this is kind of what they did last year. They're just running in the rear view, side view mirror. Just can't get rid of them. Gritty Tiggs are still here. And they're making it tough for the champs. I'll tell you that much. But as far as the regular season goes, currently now, I don't have them winning the AL Central anymore. Yes, I think the injuries are an issue. Now, with that being said, I still think it's going to be close. I actually have the Twins winning the AL Central. Granted, if they can stay healthy, because I thought last year they would have been able to win it if they didn't get hit with their injury bug and then continue to fall off a cliff. Is that Jared Goff? No, that's not. That's just another blonde guy that looks just like him. Ibanez. That will end the top of the 8th. So Tigers have 3 more outs and hopefully don't give up any more runs with the middle of the Dodgers lineup coming up. Game's almost over, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yes, I currently have the Twins winning the AL Central. But that doesn't mean I think any less of the Tigers. The Tigers, I think, will still make the playoffs regardless, whether it's going to be as divisional winner or a wild card team yet again. Because this pitching staff is way too good. And mind you, as long as an injury bug doesn't happen there, Tigers are going to be fine. I think this team will consistently find ways to score runs. Like last year, they scored them in very inconvenient ways, and tonight they even did. Again, no, I don't think every time we have a runner in scoring position, this team's going to shit the bed every time. But again, I'm not going to overreact to game 1 of a 162 game season. That's just not going to happen with me. Pitching staff is going to be dominant. You got Skubal, You got him a solid number 2 in Flaherty again, and hopefully this time we don't trade Flaherty. Reese Olson is good. Just got to stay healthy. Casey Mize, I'm really hoping for breakout, comeback, whatever you want to call it. And then Jackson Jobe, one of the top prospects on all baseball. He made the opening day roster as well as our number 5. I'm just hoping that we can kind of get over, rookie blues and that he can just go. I'm not calling him Paul Skeens, but just can he be Paul Skeens-esque to where he's just dominant? He got some experience last year. I'm glad he got experience last year, especially in the playoffs. AJ Hinch put him in situations that I didn't think he wanted to be in, but I think that was for the betterment of him. I recall, I think it was a game, was it in the Astros series, in the wild card series? I think it was. He was in a jam. He was in a pickle, and he got out of it. Mind you, he got dinged up a bit, but the team had his back. They got some runs back, and I think that's so huge for a rookie, especially one as young as him. So he got very valuable experience in the playoffs. He is playoff bred. Now he's just here, ready to dominate. And I'm super excited for that. Pitching or bullpen, still pretty good. I know we got Tommy Canale. I believe he's going to be our closer. We're going to see what happens with that. The bullpen looked a little shaky during spring training, but I'm also not going to pretend like we just literally grabbed janitors off the street last year and then they contributed to the pitching chaos we had. So with Chris Fetter on the coaching staff, I'm not concerned in the slightest. But again, it's the lack of bats still that bothers me. It's having Javi Baez in this lineup that bothers me. It's having Ryan Kreidler in this lineup that bothers me. And Scott Harris is going to have to do something to get more pop in here. Would have been great to have Alex Bregman, but I'm not going to bitch about that anymore. It's done. It's over. Who's out now? Bo Brisky? Okay. Hopefully Bo Brisky can get us out of this inning, and then we got one more chance. But again, my prediction could change. I'm going to tell you guys right now, my prediction is going to change as the season progresses. We're going to be going weekly check-ins on this team, and we're going to see if it changes. So today, as it stands, March 27th. Hold on. Are the Red Wings making a comeback? Nice. Red Wings are losing 3-0. Now it's 4-3. I don't even know how that happened. But anyways, we're not even talking about the Red Wings tonight. My prediction will change for the Tigers. Truly will. I got to see a little more from Scott Harris. We got to get somebody in here. We cannot waste this. Mind you, we haven't even re-signed Tarek Skubal yet. It seems like he wants to be here. For those that read his letter or watched the video that the Tigers social media team posted yesterday, dude wants to be here. There can't be any BS with Chris Ilitch not wanting to sign him or not wanting to spend money. Like let's just lock him up. Let's get him here for the long run. And let's bring in some people to support the lineup because we need help. I understand we have the best farm system in baseball because we do. We got some promising bats in there. We got some very promising talent, but we can't waste what's going on right now. You can't completely stop the momentum of the franchise with what happened last year because you're going to be a little stingy about a few $1 million. Mr. Pizza Man gotta cook a few more hot and readies, but let's get some batters in here, guys. Come on. For those that don't understand the reference, Chris Ilitch also owns Little Caesars. For those that aren't familiar with Michigan sports. But no, overall, I'm very excited for the Tiger season. It's going to be a great time. As long as the injury train doesn't continue. But we're going to have a good-ass time this summer. I'm super excited to be checking in with you guys every week just to see how this team is doing. I very much expect them to be in the middle. Okay, that was a pop-up. I just saw Freddie Freeman just swing fast. And okay, good. 1 out away till the top of the ninth. We're almost to the end. Maybe. We'll see if we have any gritty Tig magic left in us. But yeah, it's going to be an awesome season. I'm super excited. Super excited to catch a couple games when they come play the White Sox. Here, let me tell you, living in the Chicago area, if you just want a day at the ballpark, like I understand the Cubs are the darlings of Chicago, and that the White Sox are like the ugly stepchild. But if you just want a day at a ballpark, just go to a Sox game. You can get in for the price of less than a hot dog. I'm not even playing. You really can. Tigers are going to be in town in the first few days of June. I'll be at probably all 4 of those games. And it'll probably only cost me $12 for all 4. So just to get in. And then I could always just move around because I'm not going to sit and pretend like more than 1,000 people show up to guaranteed rate fields. Definitely not. Taryn, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Same with you, Brian. Appreciate you guys so much. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. My focus is like, I'm super excited. We're moving to the top of the 9th. We were just about to start Pistons talk too. But I'll tell you what, we are going to take a break. We are going to go into Pistons talk, but I'm going to be checking in on the Pistons during that. Like I got no choice. I got to do it. Got to do it. But once again, you guys are watching Gritsville USA right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We're going to be back afterwards for some more sponsors. See you guys on the other side.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break from Pistons talk because Tigers got Gleyber Torres on base at first. We're just going to see this out. Then we'll jump into Pistons talk. So let me change things up here real quick because we're just gonna see this out. I can make Pistons talk real quick because, again, not much to say with them. They're great. I love them. The Pistons are awesome. They're a fun time. But we are going to finish out what is happening with this Tigers game right now because we're gonna see. We're gonna see. 5-4. Riley Green at bat. Let's see what we got. Let's see if there's any leftover Gritty Tiggs magic from last year. That would be a great way to start the season if we got something going on. It's 1-1. Foul. Man. I have no idea who this guy on the mound is. All right, Riley, come on. Shimon, show me something. Shimon. Damn it, that's a weak call. No, that was good. I think Riley was pissed at that one. Riley struck out, if you couldn't guess. Spencer Torkelson is now up. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got, man. Reminder, Spencer Torkelson, 1 for 1 today. Home run, 3 walks. Let's see what you got. The plate discipline is crazy from him. I don't know where this came from. Baez could learn a thing or two. Yeah, it's a strike. I'm telling you, man. I really like. I know I've been very critical of Spencer Torkelson, especially since before spring training. But he opened my eyes a bit with spring training. He made me a believer again. Oh, fouled right off. 1 and 2. Come on, I know that the kid we drafted is still in there. He's just got to get his confidence back. But the plate discipline so far, again, 1 game sample, but the plate discipline is incredible. Two and 2. Oh God, just don't double play. That's all I want. Just don't double play this. Oh, Gleyber Torres stole second. So that gets us out of double play trouble. But yet again, that's another runner in scoring position. Oh my God. Depending on how this goes, we might have to skip Pistons talk. I know I definitely want to discuss the big thing happening tomorrow. But if the Tigers can make this interesting, we're going to stay solely focused on them. I'm just going to let y'all know that right now. Man, this is exciting. Oh, man. 3-2. That's so embarrassing. 0 for 13 with runners in scoring position. That's super embarrassing. Another walk for Torque. That's 4 walks. Oh, final score. Wings lost. In other words, water is wet. Anyways. 4 walks for Torque. I'm telling you. Who is this guy? Javi Baez got a... He got a... My fiance is giving me the side eye right now. My fiance is a Cubs fan. Javi Baez was her favorite player. Probably still is. We got into a little argument earlier tonight because I was talking so much shit about him, and she's very defensive about him. It's the Puerto Rican in her. Sorry, babe. Baez is trash. Oh my God, Trey Sweeney. What? Trey Sweeney's coming in hit for Margot. How did I completely forget about Trey Sweeney? Yeah, he's on this team. He's better than Baez. Interesting to put him in though, but I'm pretty sure that's manager stuff. That's why I'm not a manager. Again, I've said this before. I'm not an X's and O's. I'm not a clipboard guy. I just vibe with what I watch. Now, for those that remember, Trey Sweeney we got from the Dodgers in the trade for Flaherty. Ooh, oh, just foul. Oh, man, that would have scored, I think, both of them. Ripped down the right field line. Man, that was toast. Oh, and 2 on Sweeney. Come on, Gritty Tiggs. Let's do something. Ball. Oh my God, are we gonna get the bases loaded? What I just thought. What if we get the bases loaded and then double play to end the game? Again, I keep saying this. I can feel like I'm saying it not just so I can prove it to you guys, but I got to prove it to myself that I understand that this is game 1 of a very long season. But this is how much I've missed baseball. Oh man, who's up after Sweeney? I think it was it wasn't Ibanez. I don't know who's up after Sweeney. 2-2. Oh, if we can get a walk here, that'd be pretty neat, I would say. I'm so sorry for those that wanted to listen to Pistons talk, but this is kind of taking precedent right now. And strikeout from Sweeney. Okay. Down to the last out, ladies and gents. Down to the last out. The crowd's on their feet. Who's coming in? So that's now what? 0-14 with runners in scoring position. We just got to get one to drop. Oh, Cole Keith is up. And usually, if this was last year, I'd be excited about that. But tonight, I'm not excited about that. I forgot Cole Keith was batting 6th. Damn it. Fuck. Well, this is it. We might have some time for some Pistons talk. Ball 1. Damn it. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like we had anybody else to bring in for him. Ball 2. Okay. Just have the same play discipline that Torque had. This dude is losing it a bit. This dude is losing it. See, even the Dodgers fans look a little worried. 3-0. Come on, Keith. If you lose us this game for being in a 3-0 count, I'm gonna be happy. Oh, come on. He's allowed one swing. He's on a 3-0 count, but he better. Come on, man. Don't do this. Do not do this. Strike 1. Oh, and 14. That is just absolutely insane. Come on. Oh! I hate Cole Keith. Damn it, man. Yeah, I'm sure you're happy, Larry. Let's go Dodgers, whatever. Oh, come on. It was a good game, though. You're right. It was a very good game. Tigers, they stayed in it. Mind you, with whatever the hell this offensive performance was, we still managed to get 4 runs out of it. 0-15 with runners in scoring position, but they kept it interesting till the end. That's the gritty Tigs. That seems like that's going to be the role. I'm telling you, I got close for a second. I was sitting back and leaning. I'm like, do I just end it here? But no, it's game one. It's game one of 162. Man, they finished the game with more hits than the Dodgers, and they still lost. I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach. Oh, man. All right. Let me just do Pistons talk real quick. You're right. We are going to go 161-1. That's right. That was the one we're going to give the league. That's the one we're going to give the league. Nobody else is getting anything additional. Oh, come on. Spencer Torkelson with 4 walks and a home run, and then Cole Keith going 0-5. That is absolutely asinine. That is insane to me that we just allowed that to happen. Oh, well, what you gonna do? All right, Pistons talk real quick. Pistons are fun. That's it. Okay, I'm kidding. Like I said in the intro, no Cade, no problem. Cade hasn't played the last 2 games against the Spurs and the Pelicans, but that wasn't an issue. Ron Holland went off against the Pelicans. Marcus Saucer went off against the Spurs. We don't need Cade on this team. I'm kidding. We need that man more than some people need air. But against 2 easy teams like the Spurs and the Pelicans, wasn't an issue at all. Pistons are now 41 and something. Matched their highest win record since I think the first or second Blake Griffin year, where they finished at exactly 500. But there's 9 to go. There's 9 to go this season for the rest of the season until we get to playoff time. And it's a pretty rough slate. I'm not going to lie. It is a very rough slate. Their next games are against these are the next 3 games. If they can steal one of them, I'll be happy. If they can steal one, I'll be happy. Their next 3 games are against Cleveland, Minnesota, and Oklahoma City. Again, if they can steal one of them, I'm a happy guy. I'm not going to complain. Then we finish up with against the Raptors, the Grizzlies, Kings, Knicks, and Bucks back-to-back. I mean, that's outside of the Raptors. I mean, those are some pretty formidable teams. And maybe the Kings. 7 out of the last 9 games are against teams that are definitively in the playoffs. I think the Kings are kind of like borderline. They're close. I'm sorry, Teoscar Hernandez is on the screen. I really love that player. I truly do. I know that he was a name I was really wanting in the offseason for the Tigers. We didn't get him. Lord knows that we could use him now. But I can't be mad at that guy. He hit, I think that he was a hero for the Dodgers tonight. 3-run shot. Good for him. Love the guy. Phenomenal player. Anyways, if the Pistons can get away with, and I feel like some people are going to be like, nah, you're lowballing them way too hard. The Bucks games, I think, could go our way. It seemed like Dame is done for the year, which kind of just leaves you with Giannis. And Giannis has been pretty banged up from what I understand. Those can be taken. I think we can take the game against the Timberwolves. We should definitely take the game against Toronto. I think you could steal one against Sacramento. If you can at least go 5-4, in the next 9, that puts you, again, I'm terrible with math. That puts you at 46 and whatever, which puts you in your best season since, God, the mid 2000s. I'll take that. And even if we just win one more game, we are still one game away from history. For those that remember what I said, I think this was back in January. No team in NBA history has tripled their win amount from the previous season. Pistons are one game away from doing that. Remind you, they were a 14-win team last year. One more win puts them at 42 wins, and that's triple. No team has ever done that. Teams have doubled, but no team in NBA history has ever tripled their win amount from the previous season until these Pistons. I'm already calling it. There's no way the Pistons are going to go 0-9 these last 9 games. Is there wood somewhere? Like, not going to happen. So they'll get one more to at least get them to that 42 in the history-defining stat. And JB Bickerstaff will win NBA Coach of the Year, because if anybody else not named JB Bickerstaff wins NBA Coach of the Year, the league, as we all know it, is a sham, and it continues to be a sham. But that's besides the point. The Pistons, the league is so much better when the Pistons are good. They really are. But yes, as far as the rest of the season goes, if they can get away with going 5-4, I'm a happy man. Tomorrow they play against Cleveland, then they got Sunday against Minnesota, and then they have basically the 3 toughest games will all happen before I meet with you guys again next Thursday. If we can at least go 1-2 in that time frame, again, I'm a happy guy. I'm not going to complain much. But that's it as far as Pistons talk is concerned. We're going to be taking one more break before we go right into what is happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day for those in the state of Michigan, for those that bleed maize and blue, and for those that bleed green and white. It is a massive day. And what happens if both those teams win? Well, we will talk about it. But you guys have been watching Gritsville USA right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be back very quick after these words from 2 of our shows.
What's up, New York? This is Ricky K coming at you at the NY State of Sports, a new show here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Listen to me every Thursday afternoon as we bring you the latest takes on the Yankees, Mets, Jets, Giants, Knicks, Nets, Rangers, Devils, and Islanders. Plus, you get some college hoops and what's the local sports events going on in the area. It's a state that never sleeps, so why not get the opinions and sports takes that never sleep? Again, every Thursday, 2 p.m. to the NY State of Sports. We'll see you then.
Hello, ladies and sinners. Hello, sports fans around the world. Hello, IE Sports family. This is Cale Henderson, the host of IE Vegas, the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio. If you folks are interested in sports in the Vegas area, if you're wanting to have a blast for 1 hour, every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, this is a show built for the Vegas sports fans, where we feature the Las Vegas Raiders, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the Las Vegas Aces, and the University of Las Vegas, Nevada Rebels. Hopefully, fingers crossed, MLB team coming soon. Either way, if you folks are looking to have a blast for 1 hour each and every week, tune in Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you folks are interested in Vegas sports news, go to our Twitter, at SinCities_IESR, and you can speak with me, the host, Cale Henderson, at Cale_Henderson on Twitter. at any time. Be happy to reply. Always want to reach out to our fans. Again, the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right, guys, welcome back to Gritsville USA right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We are going to hop into some March Madness talk, specifically with our two Sweet 16 teams that we got. First and foremost, we are going to be going with the Michigan Wolverines basketball team, as tomorrow they take on the number one seeded and probably number one overall in all of college basketball, Auburn Tigers. It's a rough one. It's a tough slate. Michigan's coming off of a round of 32 win against Texas A&M, where it was pretty close at halftime before they just completely took it over in the second half. Gale and Golden had a phenomenal game. Gale just popped off. 26 points. 4 for 6 from 3, but Golden as well with a double-double, 23 and 12. It's going to be a tough one. Like that's all I can really say. Again, I'm like Auburn's great, as we know. This tournament they've been a little vulnerable at times, but for the most part, Auburn's been really, really good. I don't know what it's going to take for Michigan to win this one, if I'm being honest. I'm not as confident. I'm glad that they got to where they were because in my bracket, I didn't have them going past the round of 32. Have them losing against A&M. I didn't think that they were going to be at this point. But hey, I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen a lot of crazier things happen. And again, we need some madness in this tournament because this has been a pretty boring tournament. I'm not gonna lie, it truly has been. But if the Wolverines can upset Auburn tomorrow, wow. Because what does that mean? What does that mean if the Wolverines can upset the Auburn Tigers? Well, before we go into that, we got to go to the flip side of things, which the flip side of things are going to be talking about the Michigan State Spartans. Michigan State tomorrow, they are going up against the 6th-seeded Mississippi Rebels, Ole Miss Rebels, in their Sweet 16 matchup, which currently Michigan State, I believe, is a 3.5-point favorite. Michigan State, I think, should easily handle that one. They too have looked a little weak in this tournament. There's been moments where they're like, okay, like y'all don't look that tough, but I think Michigan State has this in the bag. There's no reason I think for them to lose this game tomorrow. I'm not overly concerned about it. Michigan State in their last matchup, they did beat New Mexico 71-63. A little closer than how I thought it should be, especially against a team like New Mexico, against the Lobos. But Michigan State, they finished strong in that one because let me tell you, New Mexico did make that game very interesting. And that's why I think even though I think Michigan State will easily win tomorrow, Ole Miss will make it interesting for a bit of time, but I think Izzo and the Spartans will go away with it. But what does this mean? What happens if both Michigan and the Spartans win? What would happen? If both teams win, they will meet up with a trip to the Final Four on the line in the Elite Eight. If I don't believe Michigan and Michigan State has ever met in the tournament, and to potentially be meeting up in the Elite Eight with a Final Four trip on the line, oh my God. That everybody wants to talk about like a civil war starting in this country. It will start in the state of Michigan. I will tell you that it would. Families will be divided. Friendships will be broken. State of Michigan will be hell on earth for, I believe the game, if tomorrow, I think it would be on Sunday. It would be hell on earth on Sunday. That would be the marquee matchup, the one they're going to want everybody to see. That will be the matchup if it's between the Wolverines and the Spartans. Depending on the time, we might go live. Can't guarantee it because, again, I work. If it's during the time I work, won't be able to. Unfortunately, I will be live tweeting it though. But man, that game's gonna be so fun, and it's gonna be so fun to be on Twitter that day. I have no skin in the game. I went over this last week in the Michigan live stream. I prefer Michigan. I don't mind the Spartans. I'm one of those people. I got no skin in the game. I just want a good game. Michigan State won both matchups this year, but hey, third time's the charm. Michigan can get a win against MSU in the Elite Eight if it gets to that point. Those two games that happen don't even matter. Don't even matter. But man, that I'm really truly hoping that this is what's going to be what's happening. I'm praying hard for it. I really want Michigan to beat Auburn. I think Auburn are frauds. And then just for MSU to take care of business. MSU plays first tomorrow. Their game is at 6:00. Michigan's game will be at around 8:30 or whenever the MSU game ends, since they are both in Atlanta. Check one more comment that we got in. Taryn, yes, thank you. Tigers will do great things this year. I think so. I think they will. Again, I'm not going to freak out over one game. Now, granted, were they the last undefeated team to start last year? Yes. But no, it's one game. I'm not going to trip over it. Not going to trip in the slightest. But that is our show, ladies and gents. It was once again a pleasure to live react to a game with you guys. This is so much more fun. I'm really hoping we can potentially get a few more of those in the baseball season. Just, whenever we do the show, the Tigers are going to be playing on a Thursday night. Just checking in on them, having it on in the background, react to what's happening. I very much enjoy doing that with you guys. I wish I was able to, no, because broadcast rights, I'm not going to do that. But either way, I can still react. But we'll be doing that plenty this summer. Again, these are the dog days of summer. It's not even summer yet, but still. We got baseball all up until October, hopefully, for the Tigers. Even with football season starting in September, we'll be hopefully doing both. I'll be more than happy to be talking about Tiger baseball as much as I talk about Lions football. Super excited for this season regardless. Tonight doesn't deter me in any way, shape, or form, even with how mad I am at Cole Keith for going 0-5 and ruining the Gritty Tig comeback. I'm not mad at it at all. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. Again, you guys know the deal. Follow us on Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube at IE Sports Radio or at IESportsRadio.com, where you'll find my show, or you'll find shows like Sin City Sports. Great shows there. That's all I know. You can also find us and our shows like Chi-Town Weekly, New York State of Sports, The Extra Mile, Yinzer Report. We got so many great shows on wherever you find your podcast, whether that's going to be through Apple, Amazon, Spotify, wherever. We are going to be there. IE Sports Radio, this is going to be a pretty big year for us. That's all I know. Got a big year coming up, but once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Give me a follow at Gritsville_IESR. We're talking nothing but sports on that page, trust me. And as this Tiger season goes on, we're going to keep talking about it more and more. You will be seeing how the Pistons do as well. I'll definitely be letting you guys know. But thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. Appreciate you all. Once again, for the last time tonight, you guys have been watching Gritsville USA right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Everybody have a good night.